one. Box number two. You'll find out what those are by the end of the week. I'm sure of it. What is going on, everybody? My name is ZealetPrince and welcome back to yet another reaction video. I know it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I last posted a video, but I did post a video yesterday. Mainly to show that I'm still here. I've been up to some stuff. The reason why I didn't post anything while, during my free time the last 2 weeks is because last week I was up at my brother's house in Connecticut visiting him, and I just haven't recorded anything ever since. So, yeah, sorry about that. But we're gonna try and get back on schedule today, starting with animation by SCP Animated Tales from the Foundation. I haven't reacted to anything from them in a while. I know they posted a few videos, just haven't had time to get to them. This animation is the origin of the Tickle monster. Don't think I've actually heard of it, but I did see the thumbnail and I think I might know what SCP it is. So we're gonna go ahead and click right into this. In 3, 2, 1, boom. See what my volume is. There it is. SCP-999. The little glob who loves.
He's my favorite. I've been coming here like every break since I found out about him. It's so cool that they just let people come in his room and hang out.
I know. Whenever I see him wandering the halls, it makes my day. He's the kind of sweet guy I wish I could tell my friends outside of work about. Although, honestly, I'm fine not sharing about the rest of the stuff in this Hall of Freaks. But this guy, I've been obsessed with him for years.
How long have you been working here?
Next month it'll be 7 years. Could say I'm a seasoned pro.
Wow. Have you been a researcher that whole time?
Oh no, I started out as an assistant and worked my way up. They went pretty quickly though. Sometimes I joke about someone on the O5 Council looking out for me. You know, I'm actually being considered for another promotion right now. Or I guess you could call it a shift in duties. I've heard I'm favored to start taking care of this big guy.
Lucky you. Taking care of this little Tickle monster here has got to be the easiest job at the Foundation. If this guy ever needs a personal bodyguard, would you recommend me for it?
Of course! Well, if I get the job at least. Oh, thinking about it fills me up with joy. And not just because I'm with this goober right now.
Well, it sure doesn't hurt.
Oh, hey, Roland. I didn't think you'd come.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but you wouldn't stop talking about how much you want to be in charge of 999, so now I feel obligated.
You can't blame me, can you? I'm sure even a grump like you has to come down to see this guy from time to time.
A couple times, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't introduced you to. Lawrence, this is Roland. He's my assistant. And Roland, this is Lawrence. Someone who actually appreciates 999 in all his adorable glory.
And I'm a guard too.
Well, yes, but most importantly, he loves the Tickle monster. And so should you.
Okay, you're right. Working with this guy would be pretty great. I hope you get the transfer, Dr. Collingwood.
Yeah, it would definitely make you much happier being with 999 every day.
Thanks, guys. That's definitely what he does best.
Three days later. Of course, the police are going by.
Hello, Dr. Collingwood. You have one new message from O5 Command. This message is for Senior Researcher Isabel Collingwood's eyes only. Unauthorized access will result in mandatory amnestic treatment, demotion, and possible termination. Do you wish to continue? Access to this message requires a multimodal biometric ID scan. Submit to scan.
05. Is that like the top 5 people who are in charge of that foundation?
Place right hand on pad. Identity confirmed. Commencing facial recognition scan. Do not smile. Identity confirmed. Commencing retinal iris scan. Do not blink. Identity confirmed. Scanning for implemented RFID tag. Remain still. Identity confirmed. Access granted. The time, date, and location of your receipt for this message has been reported to O5 Command.
Hello, Dr. Collingwood. And congratulations on your new appointment as SCP-999's head researcher. One of the cushiest and most enviable assignments in the entire Foundation. SCP-999 is one of the few anomalies in our custody who will not only never attempt to hurt you, but will actively try to save your life if you're ever in any danger. Though your initial reaction when receiving this assignment was no doubt elation, you may have thought it was odd that such a seemingly low-risk position was assigned by the O5 Council directly. If you had already heard rumors of this prior to your assignment, you probably thought it was mere nepotism. The O5s protecting their friends and loved ones by giving them the safest job possible. Unless you are so narcissistic to think that someone on the O5 Council might be your secret admirer, you've likely realized that this is not the case. To understand why this is our concern, you need to know about 999's origins. You may have noticed that its file makes no mention of where it was discovered. This is a deliberate omission. If you're not familiar with the mythology of the Scarlet King, I suggest you read up on him. There's plenty of unclassified information on him in the Foundation database. All that's relevant for now is that he is, to the best of our knowledge, the most powerful, malevolent entity in the multiverse. A good number of our SCPs are either abominations born by he and his wives, or are the creations of mortals he empowered, either directly or indirectly. You've been with us since you were a research assistant, Dr. Collingwood. In that time, I assume you've heard many rumors about some of the horrific things we do here at the Foundation that you've never personally witnessed. Maybe you've even heard someone whisper the words 110 Montauk. I regret to inform you that these rumors are true, or at least they were. A thaumaturgical cult calling itself the Children of the Scarlet King enacted a ritual wherein 7 young women became effigies for each of the Scarlet King's 7 brides, allowing them to bear his horrid offspring.
Oh, it's the children.
Each
Ones where the
birth
children
caused
can't be
more
born.
destruction than the last. The writings of the cult's priest predicted nothing less than the apocalypse if the 7th bride gave birth, which could only be prevented if procedure 110 Montauk was performed without fail each and every day. Fortunately, our archaeologists have unearthed numerous tablets, scrolls, and artifacts of the ancient Devas. They were a sadistic and warmongering people who were granted unholy power and knowledge by the Scarlet King as a reward for the death and suffering they caused. One of the Davite tablets in our possession was a theogony for the Scarlet King and his brides. It was quite informative. The information that we found most relevant to our situation was that the seventh bride was not like her sisters. She was never completely broken by her king's subjugation. Instead of monsters, she gave birth to great heroes in the hopes that they would destroy her sister's children and overthrow their father. Thus far, all
I'm
have
so
failed.
lost.
But by
Tell
a
you the
vote
guy's
of
the truth.
7 in favor, 6 against, the O5 Council decided to believe that the seventh bride still remained unbroken, and that her child would be an asset to us. At the risk of causing an XK class end of the world scenario, SCP-231-7 was relieved from Procedure 110 Montauk and was allowed to give birth. SCP-999 was the result.
What?
Be sure you understand it in all its preposterous ridiculousness. The Tickle monster is the child of the Scarlet King. We've been running a counterintelligence campaign ever since, which is why everyone and their mother thinks we've still got SCP-231-7 tied up and tortured somewhere. Let them think that. I'm sure you're skeptical. Are we insane? How could our sweet little Tickle monster ever hope to dethrone a Lovecraftian horror of unparalleled might? Well, SCP-999 is less than a decade old. It's still just a child and nowhere near its full strength. Even so, its power is incredible. And one day, it may grow powerful enough that not even the Scarlet King himself will be immune. It will not overthrow the Scarlet King by force, but with light, love, and laughter. A power that can brighten even the blackest of hearts. 999 is not in reality a safe class SCP. It is Thaumiel. It is the best and really the only weapon we have against some of the most powerful hostile entities known to exist. By all means, Doctor, enjoy the relative safety of your new position, but do keep in mind that SCP-999 is not a mere pet that we fancy. It is one of our most valuable assets and must be safeguarded at all costs. Its safety and well-being are paramount, and you are not at liberty to share this information to anyone without Level 5/999 security clearance. This message will automatically delete as soon as you log out of the terminal, so feel free to replay it as many times as necessary to remember all the pertinent information.
Wow.
I'm so happy for you. Does this mean I'll get to work with the Tickle monster too?
Congratulations, Dr. Collingwood. Don't forget that promise you made me.
Well, if I get to work under her with the Tickle monster now, I might be assigned to after she moves up.
Oh, come on. You weren't even that big a fan of him before a few days ago. At least when someone with a real fan can have him. I am a fan of him. And I'm sure that feeling will only grow the more time I spend with him. God, he's so lucky.
I know. Aren't we lucky, Dr. Collingwood?
So lucky.
Wow.
Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to rep the most adorable SCP in the world, check out our Tickle Monster gear at our merch store.
Wait, what?
Also, please consider joining our Patreon.
Okay, I might take a look at the store after that, but honestly, guys, I was not expecting that plot twist. I remember hearing about the 7 women, that each one that gave birth also led to a disastrous event, but I didn't realize, I don't think I ever remember hearing about a 7th. There probably was, and I just don't remember. It's been a long time since I've looked. It's been a couple of months, or rather, since the last SCP video I recorded, since I've looked at anything related to the SCP Foundation. So it's been kind of a long time. I guess you could say. But regardless, guys, that was an excellent video by the SCP Animated. I will take a look at that plushie. And that's really it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's reaction video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!